Alright, what's going on, people? Welcome to Comics Expertise. Today I will be telling you all about X-Force number 7, written by Benjamin Percy with art by Oscar Bazaldua. So as soon as we get into this comic, we see Sage giving Domino the rundown on 3 assassinations. All 3 assassinations were against influential mutant supporters. One was a journalist, one was a politician, and one was some rich guy, I think, who invested heavily in X-Corp. So these are relevant to Domino because all 3 assassinations were with lucky shots. Like, the odds of hitting the shots were impossible. Like, one guy was on a boat, he got hit with a shot from a mile away while the boat was traveling X amount of knots per hour on choppy water, and the other 2 shots were similar odds. Like, the shooter was extremely lucky. So Domino is like, okay, Sage, thanks for the info. Ever since I got out of that flesh factory, I felt like my luck is gone somewhere, and now I know where. So from there, we see Beast's logbook, and he's talking about spyware. So he goes to see Forge, and he brings some rocks to Forge, and he's like, these are ringing rocks, and they chime when you hit them. They let out this sound. So I want to see if you can have them absorb sound. So he wants to use these rocks to make listening devices out of it, to make vases, tiles, that sort of thing, like things you wouldn't normally see as bugs, as listening devices. So he's on his CIA invasion of privacy bullshit, which isn't even that bad, but pay attention to this, because what I'm about to tell you right now kind of makes me think that Beast, even though we've already known he's acting out of character, this makes me think that his mind got mixed up with either Dark Beast, or that they got put into the same body and their minds were amalgamated into one, because he's kind of acting like regular Beast if he was mixed with Dark Beast. But let me tell you, not only does he want to bug the White House, Roxxon, Stark Unlimited, but Avengers Mountain, among other places. Now, some people might be saying, okay, he runs the mutant CIA. What's wrong with him wanting to bug Avengers Mountain and Stark Unlimited? You must not know about the character, because Beast was a part of the Avengers for years in the comic books. He was best friends, and I mean really best friends with Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man. So I don't buy that even CIA running Beast or X-Force running Beast would just be completely and utterly okay with bugging Avengers Mountain. But if Dark Beast's mind was combined with the regular Beast's mind, then that would be something I would buy, because he's not acting dark enough to be fully Dark Beast, but he definitely is not acting like regular old Beast. So from there, we cut to Domino. She's having nightmares, and she's like, she wants to get up and do some jogging to get the nightmares off her mind. So while she's out jogging, she comes across Colossus, and they both say to each other at the same time, you can't sleep either. So they have a little moment. They do some bonding over their shared trauma, and we actually get to see Colossus's point of view from X-Force number 1, where he was still in Russia fighting to get those mutant kids out. And this page is just beautiful. There's fire everywhere, there's tanks, there's dudes with guns, you got Colossus hunched over some dead mutant kids, and it's just crazy. So you finally get a feel for what he went through, and for a second when I was looking at this, I was like, this is stupid, because Colossus has durability to the point where, usually, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, Wolverine's adamantium claws can't even cut through Colossus. Like, there's been an occasion where Wolverine was possessed by a demon, so he had enhanced strength to go with the adamantium claws, so then he could cut Colossus, but he usually can't. So I was just looking at this like, there's no way these fucking tanks and these bullets and this fire is doing anything to Colossus. I don't get it. But then, even though we don't see the Russian power dampening armors here, I'm guessing that they also hit him with that, and that's why he was actually able to get hurt, because that's the only thing that makes sense. And the nice thing to see here was, even though Domino was out here running what Peter was doing, what Colossus was doing, so longtime Colossus fans will actually know that he has something in common with Captain America, which is that he's an artist, so he's out here painting. So from that scene, we cut to another info page from Beast's logbook, the scrap of paper. Now, in this log, Beast mentions that while he was out and about collecting fungi and mosses and flowers, he went back to the point, and on the floor by his desk was a burnt scrap of paper. Now he goes out of his way to mention that this paper was not merely paper, but the highest quality ivory cardstock, a thick quality weave that is almost the texture of cloth. Now he says this is a writer's stationery, and he can't tell what was once written on it because all you see is one word, and that word is in Russian. Now I had someone translate this for me, and apparently it says chronicler. So while I don't know what the chronicler necessarily means, I do know that if you put two and two together, the fact that it's Russian and the fact that it's on paper that's almost the texture of cloth, what else is a paper that's almost the texture of cloth? An artist's canvas. And what was Colossus, the Russian, just doing right before this? He was painting on canvas, and he was painting a portrait of who? I don't know. Maybe that person he was painting a canvas of was the chronicler. I don't know why he would then have burnt that painting and left the scrap of paper with the one word chronicler by Beast's desk, but whatever. We'll find out later if I'm right. From there, Sage tells Domino that they have yet another assassination of a mutant supporter. Although this one, I'm not really sad to see him go because this one was a priest from the newly founded mutant worshipping cult. Now Sage uses the locations and the data from these 4 hits, and she extrapolates a location for the 5th hit. So there we see Domino about to listen to a lecture from an evolutionary biologist. And as this biologist is giving her speech, if you pay attention to the back of this panel, or the background of this panel, I should say, there's a glint of light. And the glint of light, Domino sees it, and she knows that it's from a sniper scope. So she tackles the evolutionary biologist out the way, and she immediately gives chase to the assassin. So the assassin is on skis, she's giving chase on a snowboard, they're shooting at each other, and the assassin flees into a nearby casino. So Domino loses her in the casino, and from there we see some old lady playing the slot machines. So someone interrupts this old lady and is like, mind if I give it a try? So the old lady's like, yeah, I'm down to my last dollar, so what have I got to lose? So the slot machine hits jackpot, and from there we actually see who pressed the button on the slot machine for the old lady, and where you would have thought that it was Domino while she was walking through looking for this assassin, it was actually the assassin, and we get to see what the assassin looks like, and it looks like Zazie Beetz.
Domino.
What's your shtick?
I'm lucky.
That's not a superpower.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, I'm not even going to explain that because it should be self-evident what I'm talking about. So, anyway, this comic, awesome. Benjamin Percy, always bringing his comics expertise to bear. Oscar Bazaldua, I don't think I've seen his art before, but he did the same. All of his comics expertise brought it to bear. This was good. I'm digging the intrigue with what's going on with Beast and wanting to bug the Avengers mansion. I'm digging the intrigue with what is probably a note left by Colossus, given that Benjamin Percy says Colossus is going to play a big part in this issue and the next issue. I'm digging the fact that they actually managed to clone Domino, and that's where her luck went, to this new version of her. You know, it actually looks like they could have just cloned a regular old Domino without the color inversion, and then they had Mr. Negative come out of nowhere, do his thing, and that's why she looks like that. I mean, I doubt it, but that'd be fun. But anyway, this was Comics Expertise. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. It's all appreciated. And see you guys later. Bye.